Oh, Doom 3, the Marmite Doom of the series. You're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. It's so different from the original two games that classic fans are most likely not going to enjoy this one as much as the others. But then there's other people, including me, who is a classic fan as well, but love atmosphere in games, especially FPS games. The reason I'm such a fan is because of PlayStation 1 Doom, where it changed the music and the lighting and the sounds, and it was just a much more creepy and enjoyable experience actually. PlayStation Doom will always and forever be my favourite game of all time, so there's no change in that. So I love FPS horror games. So Doom 3 definitely went into that section. But I'm not talking about the original Doom 3 today, I'm talking about Doom 3 BFG edition. And more in particular, PlayStation 3. Because I played this game on Xbox and found very, very little issues in the game. But then we have the PlayStation 3 version. And oh boy, my experience was completely different. For the record, I've not played the Xbox version since, let's say, 2015, 2014. I think it was 2015, just before, or a year before Doom 2016 came out. So, it's been a while. I'm not really familiar with it. I remember most of what's going on, but of course there are some parts in the game where it was a little bit blind, where I forgot what was actually going to happen and what events were going to occur. But I had a fair understanding. And then, yeah, I said there was hardly any problems with the Xbox 360 version. There was one level, I remember, I don't know if this is just a common thing, but, or it was just my Xbox 360, there was a communications tower, I believe. There was a soldier that literally caused the level to completely freeze if you don't kill him with a grenade. I don't know if that was a common problem. If it is a common problem, that's a serious issue. But apart from that, it was a fairly smooth playthrough. And I honestly didn't understand why people were having issues with Doom 3 BFG edition. I mean, loads of people say don't play that version, play the original. I mean, there's like a few atmosphere differences, no doubt, I can see why. But at the same time, I just thought that Doom 3 BFG edition was the same game but more. I thought it was a nice Doom 3 atmosphere, and of course it fixed the torch problem with longer levels and better atmosphere. But after playing the Doom 3 BFG edition, I am not too sure anymore, because I had problem after problem with this game. First of all, let's talk about the monster AI. On the PlayStation 3, it was pretty terrible, I'm not going to lie. Enemies were walking into walls, some enemies weren't moving at all, some literally just disappeared, some just wandered off back, and I never saw them again unless I chased them down. And my favourite one is when enemies just literally fell through the floor. This happened at least 10 times, where most common enemy that did it was an imp, spawned in, and he went straight through the floor. It wasn't a rare thing, it kept happening, I don't know why. It's like they weren't even clipped into the world, it didn't make sense. And it wasn't just that monster AI, barrels did this as well. Barrels and other objects literally would just fall through the ground. And I don't know why. I mean, I didn't have this problem with Xbox 360, I don't know if I was lucky or not. I definitely remember not seeing anything like this, and I 100% did not have this in the original Doom 3. So, PlayStation 3 version, no. And that's not obviously where the problems stop. It continues more after this as well. Let's just say the lag was unbearable in some places. If there was more than 3 enemies on the screen at a time, you can definitely feel the slowdown. And 3 enemies is actually quite common, especially in Resurrection of Evil. I found there was multiple areas where I was fighting 2 or 3 revenants, and it was the revenants and the bruisers that were actually causing the biggest issues. Revenants with their rockets, and of course the same thing with the bruisers. They just caused the game to completely stop in some places, and I was worried about not a few times, but a load of times in the campaign that it's actually going to completely freeze, because my screen just stopped for like 2 or 3 seconds, and I thought, here we go, it's going to crash, but then it continued playing on. I don't understand. There's so many freezing issues as well. And let's get on to the actual robot AI and other things as well. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. I found out there's a part in Resurrection of Evil where you find one of the little robots, and he's supposed to help you, but he doesn't know I'm there. It makes no sense. He would suddenly just walk back to the start, looking all confused, looking for me, as if I actually hadn't even been in that area yet. So what I had to do is walk all the way back to the start, trigger him again, just for him to go around a corner, fight a spider or something like that, and then he'd go and do that again. So that got very irritating very quickly. And another thing to talk about, and this is probably a console exclusive, so the PC people won't have to worry about this, but the load times. After playing through Resurrection of Evil and Lost Mission on Nightmare, I had to save a lot because I said I was not very familiar, and Nightmare is the only difficulty that can be quite challenging. So I died a few times, and I think I spent more time looking at that load screen than I did actual gameplay when I've replayed them. Oh boy. So yeah, I didn't have a very good experience with PlayStation 3 Doom 3 BFG edition. But after seeing the console version the Xbox version and the PC version, it doesn't look as bad. I don't know if this is true or not. This is just my personal experience with the game. I'd love to know what everyone else is thinking. I know loads of people, especially Doom 3 fans, would rather stick to the original Doom 3. I still stick by my words and say Doom 3 BFG edition is still a good game. It's just really buggy and broken on the PlayStation 3. I still enjoy playing through it, even though it was a bit of an irritating time many parts throughout my experience on the PlayStation 3. I still enjoyed it. I want to try out the Xbox 360 version again to see if that's any better. I seem to remember it was. I said I had no problems apart from that one level in Communications Tower. But that might just be a lucky playthrough. I don't know. So yeah, what do you guys think? I'd like to know what the opinion of people who play on the PC. Is it much better playing as well? And why don't everyone like this game? That's something I would love to know as well, because I'm sure there'd be other reasons apart from the ones that I experienced. Personally, good game, just broken and buggy, and that can really get irritating and take away from the atmosphere in many places. So anyway, yeah, this has been Rock Hard Gamer 45, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.